Okay, today's October 19th.
Yeah.
One day before Grandma's 77th birthday. And the people that are present here today are...
Bill.
And you're how old, Bill?
56.
Angelina, 19.
I don't know how old.
That's okay.
Andy, I'm 16.
Megan, I'm 14.
Joe, I'm 18.
Nancy, I'm 51.
Giovanna, I'm 22. And Barb, I'm 53. And we're going to do a little interview with questions and answers by Helen and Bill McFarland. And it's, I think the best way is if you have a question, raise your hand. Only because if I do all the talking, it will be very funny 20 years from now because you'll make fun of me. So if you have a question, instead of, I think it's better just to raise your hand and then we'll give you space on the tape recorder. Okay? Let me start with a raised question. Okay. Hey, Pop. Tell me about the first time you saw Mom. Or the first time you remember you saw Mom.
Geez, I don't remember.
Well, the first thing that came to your mind. Was it yesterday? Or was it?
Jesus, I haven't got any
You want me to
idea.
tell you?
Okay.
He said he saw me when I was bending over, scooping ice cream at Schaefer's Dairy Bar.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. That's what he told me.
I go to your lesson. That was the first time you seen me.
I used to work there.
So did you go up and talk to her?
Jesus Christ. You'll never be able to remember back in the years either.
I believe that too.
Let's see, how many years ago is it? I don't even remember that. Because I can't remember a lot of things today that I couldn't.
58, Bill.
58. Good answer.
Good answer.
Did you like school? Mom,
I like school. I don't know if Grandpa did. Did you like school?
did you like going to school?
Oh, sure.
So what's one thing, do you remember getting in trouble in school?
Never got in trouble.
Never got in trouble in school.
You ain't putting nothing on that tape. You ain't talking one of them kids.
Well, then what's one thing about school that you would tell these kids that they should always do?
Steady hard.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
How about you, Mom? Remember one incident in school?
No.
You don't? Nothing that was ever sad or happy or...
I remember going to high school because I had been in country school and I was scared to death. I remember that.
Was there, because there were so many more kids?
Yeah, it was so big. Yeah.
How many kids graduated in your class?
42. But in country school, there was like, what, 16 or something, all those 8 years. And
Grandma, how far did you used to walk to school?
3 miles.
Rain, sleet, hail? 3 miles. So you'd have to get up about, what?
You didn't walk all the time, though.
I did too. We never had a ride to school. We probably didn't even have a car.
Let's get into that. Let's go that direction. What do you mean she didn't walk to school? What do you mean she didn't walk to school all the time? Was there some other way, some other transportation?
No way. We didn't have any cars.
Did you walk to school?
He walked to school, too.
You
I
walked
walked
to
to
run.
school.
Did you ride horses to school ever?
No.
No?
I had an old goat that I rode.
What was her name?
Mary.
old goat I rode to school.
Oh. This is supposed to be serious.
No, it's not. And it's good. Just chime in when you wonder something. These are just random questions.
You get boobies out?
There you go. I didn't say these were going to be smart questions. Okay, who was the person that you had admired growing up? Was it anybody special? Did you wish you could be like somebody growing up?
Never.
Never? No. There wasn't a movie star. Oh, I could be like, no.
We didn't know any movie stars.
No.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
But I never wanted to be like Shirley Temple.
Time to go, Jeff.
How are you?
I don't have any idea what will be.
No. No.
No.
Want to get the hell out?
Remember this now when your kids ask you questions here.
You guys come up with any questions that you want. I'm not more prepared here.
More prepared?
What?
You've got 4 pages of questions.
I know. I thought that was Angelina saying that. Well, okay, talk about your family. What was your greatest fear raising your family?
I don't remember having any fears about raising my
No. It was just...
Not raise them or
I
have
never even thought about it.
Yeah.
You just went one day at a time.
Mm-hmm. And I remember you saying, we planned every one of our kids.
Right.
You
But
remember?
it wasn't planned. Never plans didn't pay off.
I
I only had one boy. And they're all right girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't very good planner.
You said every time...
It wasn't you the planning, was it?
You said every time Mom missed a period, you plan on having a kid.
That's right.
That's how he said we had Planned Parenthood. Oh, come on, you guys. What's one piece of advice you would give your grandchildren about a key to a successful marriage? Who wrote that?
I did.
Well, take everything one day at a time and laugh a lot.
Very successful marriage.
Yeah.
Never practiced.
There's nothing to give that advice to your grandkids.
Oh, well, you didn't take it very good yourself, then.
Well, that's beside the point. Yeah, because so many kids are getting divorced nowadays. They get married and then they get divorced.
What's your advice, Jack?
Stay single and raise your kids the same way.
What was the greatest thing about your dad? What was the greatest thing about your dad?
And he put up with all of us kids, I guess, when he was so sick all the time.
Okay. What was the greatest thing about your dad? No?
I got along with my daddy real well, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it was ever great. I never stand out. He was always good to me.
Uh-huh. How about your mom? What was the greatest thing about your mom?
Do I have to name just one thing?
You can name anything you want.
I just thought she was a really good mother. She always put us kids first, which my dad didn't like too well. Because she always,
Mm-hmm.
but she was always good. She never slapped me, but she said she remembered slapping me.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
That's it.
It's on tape, yeah. Well, she didn't say she slapped me personally, though.
You were a favorite.
I think I was her favorite.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're their favorite. That's the key.
Well, she did say I was, she wanted a little dark-haired girl, and she got it. But that's the only one she got. See, was me. I
Oh,
was the only dark-haired.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Everybody else was red, huh? And Lucille wasn't her own, so.
She took it to heart, too.
I took it to heart.
But she was the favorite
Thought
one?
She was number one.
Well, you ask any of my sisters, and they say I was the favorite.
I know. They had your own way, too.
I was the laziest, they said. I didn't do any work when I was young.
When you think of your mom, what do you remember about your mom? Anything at all?
I never got along with my mother.
That's just a bad question.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, that's it.
Why do you think you didn't get along with her?
Well, I don't know. I know.
I just wondered. Did she have a favorite too?
Did she have one?
Who do you think her favorite was?
I don't know for sure.
Who do you guess?
I won't even guess.
Well, thanks for coming.
Don't say something that's gonna come back.
Let's see. Do you have any questions to ask Grandpa? Bye, Grandpa.
Where are you going?
Got two people leaving. Giovanna?
I'll be careful.
Oh, Joan.
Send us an email.
You gotta go back to the email. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it? I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that this tape's all right. I hope it does.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Grandpa, did it ever bother you, just like when you had kids, you only had one boy?
Oh, no, it didn't bother me, but I wanted it.
You wanted it?
Wanted another boy, but never got it.
I was just wondering.
You don't, you know, you after you have them, you know, they're yours. No matter what they're boys, you know.
Once you have them, you're never sorry, no matter what they are.
No.
But we were always going to have a Matthew. And every time I got pregnant, I'd say, well, this is going to be, if it's a boy, it's going to be Matthew. But we never had another boy. So then when Bev had a boy, she named it Matthew. But what do they call it? Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have another boy. We were satisfied to have one. You know, sometimes you don't even get one.
And then after the sixth one, you thought, well,
This is it. Right.
oh, that's something.
We're back again, huh?
I hope so. Got press and record. Let's see. This is so random. Who do you miss the most of the people that have passed on?
Oh, dear. I'm not going to tell you.
You're not? There's too many? Okay. How about you, Pop?
I don't remember who they were.
That's the best way to be. It is. What piece, either, I know, what piece of clothing, what was the one piece of clothing that made you feel like you were dressed up when you were younger?
My short.
You're short? That is so true. Is that not right? As long as he had his briefs on, didn't matter who came through the door, right?
Shorts mean his underwear.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Mom?
Oh.
Growing up, we're talking about more.
High heel shoes.
Oh, high heel shoes, right. Yeah.
I used to clump around, I can remember going to McConnell's, and I'd be probably about 8, 9, 10 or something, and I'd get their high heel shoes on, clump around there.
Because McConnell's always had a...
Well, they had older girls.
Uh-huh.
They always had high heel shoes. I never had any high heel shoes.
Uh-huh. Do you remember the first time you went away from home?
Not the first time, but every time I went away from them, I got them sick, so.
Really?
Yeah. Always got them.
Yeah, we've been married for 5 years.
She was homesick for 5 years.
You wanna go home to
No, I
Ma?
never got homesick after I got married.
You wanna go home to Ma every other night?
But I didn't, though.
No.
What's one of the businesses you were in, Dad, that you enjoyed the most?
Business?
Yeah, because you did, you know, you worked in electricity and you did, you know, plastics and, you know, which one did you kind of enjoy the
I
most?
enjoyed them all when I was doing them.
Yeah,
You know, I quit hating them all.
yeah.
If you didn't enjoy them, you wouldn't be there.
Yeah, but
You
sometimes,
couldn't make a be success in it if you didn't like what you're doing.
how long did you own the plastic factory?
Jeez,
Do you remember that?
I worked at
Yeah.
Dow's when I owned that.
I don't even remember when he sold it. I don't
Yeah.
remember the year or anything.
But you made, and some of the things you made were mass pack, and I still see that word today. Is it still out there being made?
We made Dow overtime
We'd all
Right.
make the Dow Chemical.
Dow Chemical. We made those emblems
Well, we
for.
made a lot of, I can't remember all the goddamn.
We made toys.
Yeah, toys.
We
So
made,
was it 4 or 5 years that you had it, you think?
Oh, yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
At least that.
Probably that.
Because we did some in the garage as well.
Painted those emblems.
Brunswick,
Glued those Brunswick.
remember for the bowling alley?
Yeah. And they still have them. I see them once in a while on TV.
Really?
Yeah. Brunswick.
And then,
What made you decide to retire? And was that your decision, or was it something?
Retire where?
From Dow.
Dow?
How did you know?
Well, they sent me down in Ohio, and I was down there for, I don't know. And I didn't know where the hell I was going next. The boss, the big nut wanted me to call, and the guy come out down there and told me that I had messaged my supervisor wanted me to call him. I didn't call him, because I had made up my mind on it.
How much time did you have to make up your mind? Was it something you planned, or was it just an opportunity that presented itself?
I don't remember what made it. I got sick of the goddamn rat race.
He's driving back and forth from Barrington at that time, and that was a long way.
Well, but I was down there
In Ohio, away from home. He didn't like to be away from me.
and I didn't know where the hell I was going. I didn't know where I was going, and I was, I thought it was easier to say no down there, and it would be come up there and get in front of him. So.
did you already have your bar when you retired?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 years he'd go back and forth from Barrington.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So you ran it during the day when he was working? Oh.
Yeah.
So, aside from being an electrician, and then we bought the farm in 1960.
That one?
Yeah.
No, it'd be 60.
I was 10.
Yeah, but Lisa was a year old, and she was born in 61.
So I was 11 years old. I thought. Yeah. And so then that was 80 acres? How many acres was it?
40.
40 acres? So we always had like corn, cattle, and pigs.
Did you remember cleaning the barn, Bill? I remember. He would clean that barn so good, all the manure. You know, most farmers just take out the middle and that's it. That's all they need to do. He cleaned out the corn.
I remember about
It was
them.
all cleaned out.
They was all out in the garden.
And then, next week cows would get in there and poop all over, and then he'd have to go do it all over.
Don't talk at the same
Remember
time.
that when you burned the clutch?
Yeah.
You
In your truck, wasn't it, or something, or?
was it
What?
pickup?
We were picking up
Burnt the
stones.
clutch out of it.
Oh, yeah, but
Picking stones up, well, we
yeah,
stones, and then
and you kids were picking up the stones, and you had
In the
to put
field.
on the clutch all the time and burn the clutch up.
I
You had
remember.
to go really slow, so
Right.
you didn't want to.
yeah, so we rode the clutch.
Yeah. Well, I remember being on the tractor because you guys were throwing the bales of hay on the big flat wagon, and I hit a big old badger hole and knocked somebody off. I wasn't paying attention because there were big old holes as you're driving down, and I wasn't paying attention, and the front wheel went right in it, and I don't know who knocked off. Probably you.
Do you remember when we had Heidel? Was it
Yeah.
Heidel bread?
No.
We took her someplace and had her bread. And Bill put her up in the haymow.
Sausage.
You know what I'm talking about. And Bill put her up in the haymow so no other dogs could come around. And he went out in the barn one morning, and we had this hay, what they call those elevators or something that takes the hay up into the barn. And a dumb dog came down from that.
You can knock it all night. You can.
So Heidel got pregnant by that dog, too. Dogs can get pregnant by,
Right.
And so when the pups were born, they weren't purebred,
Yeah, but some of them could have been purebred, right?
Well, sure, but you
Yeah,
didn't
because
know.
they can be inseminated.
Yeah, but you can't tell, so you can't sell them
Can't
for
sell
good
them purebred.
registered. They were supposed to be nice registered Dobermans, and they weren't, so we had to get them all away. But that was funny. I never knew a dog could get pregnant 2 or 3 times, I guess.
But also they can give birth and then a week later give birth to another batch.
That they got pregnant from before?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Have you ever heard that? Yes.
I don't know.
Never heard that.
Never heard that?
I think that's a rumor.
Maybe that is. But,
That sounds like a factory.
so not only, but we also raised rabbits.
No, when did we raise that?
Yes, we raised rabbits.
I don't
We had a
know.
whole great big huge clutch of rabbits and they kept eating each other. They're eating the babies.
Yeah.
We had rabbits around the table, 8 rabbits. Don't you
But
remember?
not our rabbit. Did we eat our own rabbit?
Yes.
Oh, see, I don't remember that.
I don't remember any rabbits.
Bill butchered them and we ate them?
Yes. And the cows would always, what would happen?
They didn't eat the rabbits. They
here I am doing talking. They were disturbed, you know, because when rabbits, after they have their babies, they
Gotta leave 'em alone.
You gotta leave them alone. And well, the only thing we could figure, because every time you would go in there to check, they would eat them and they would be dead. Is that when the cows or the steers came in at night or whatever to feed, that must have disturbed it, because when you walked in
I don't think that.
to the last, no.
I don't think that.
Do you remember when we had pigs?
I remember the 13 pigs that were born.
Yeah, but when I come home from work, there was the ground would be all plowed because the pigs had gotten out and rooted the whole. They
Oh, I remember six.
Yeah. they just like they plowed your yard. They'd be out there rooting for worms or whatever they root for. Oh.
Yeah, and then that's when Jerk, the dog Jerk, you guys went away for the weekend, and Jerk got into the barn after the baby pig.
Oh yeah, we were up camping.
And
He come and put him
Yeah.
off, lay him outside the goddamn barn.
yeah.
Little puddle.
Mhm. What dog? Is there a dog that you remember that we had growing up?
Oh, just ladies.
No one you really remember?
Yeah.
Because we had that Weimarouner,
Oh, we had
Bud, remember?
Yeah.
One of the mysteries that was never solved
Was
was
lady.
whatever happened to Lady.
Yeah.
I suppose that'll never be known.
No, she just walked off. She was old.
Yeah.
She was my dog.
But we had that English sheepdog, remember?
What was his name? Muffin?
No, that was.
Well, I can't remember that thing's name.
Well, we went down to one of your buddies and got that English sheepdog, and it was pretty. But then we couldn't handle it, so we gave it away, and then they gave us a pup, and we gave the pup to you.
Booba.
Booba.
Yeah.
But you don't remember that English sheepdog's name? Was it Muffin? I thought
Well,
it was
that sounds like it might be.
Muffin. But how about Jack?
That was a beagle. Yeah.
Remember it wrapped its chain around my swing set that Ranks made for me in the house in Coleman.
And it killed himself?
It wrapped itself around the chain of the,
I don't remember that.
and it strangled itself.
I just remember the one that overbeared and that froze to death outside.
Do you remember digging the basement?
Got caught. Yeah.
And how? You don't remember that?
Yes, I do. Do you remember digging the basement in town?
You remember that, do you? And that old guy that we had digging in?
The guy, he's supposed to be there on Saturday, and because it was going to cave in on me, and he never showed up.
Well, you paid him on Friday, probably.
I just couldn't make the son of a bitch today. I went down the bar.
Well, then tell him when he's
Son of a bitch, I said, why the hell are you down there? Like you promised. God damn it.
What about when he was down in the basement working and he was sweating like something? He always started sweating like a, what do you say?
Oh, yeah.
More hard or something? He was
Yeah.
just still working. We dug a basement under the house, can you imagine? And put the cement and
I just smelled just like a fucking moron. The cops come and got him.
Why?
And they
Remember Roy Britton?
was out in the yard, and they had him out there for, Jesus, a long time. Finally, I got pissed off when I went out there. I said, hey, if you guys want to piss around here all day, you're going to pay him, or get the hell out of here. I've had enough of this shit. God, they turned him loose, and he came in. God damn you, he said, I owe you. He said, them son of a bitches would have kept me for a month.
Was he a young man?
No, you
No?
know as I was.
Well, I was pretty young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the conveyor belt that was through the window, the little narrow window that we had.
A lot of work.
Yeah, and this is
We started that with, it was probably about 2-3 foot clearance, so we started with the army shovel, a little short army shovel.
Yeah.
Start
So
digging.
you got a big hole.
And then it just turned into the most unbelievable basement.
Yeah, we used to skate down. Roller skate.
But I
We
mean,
had a jukebox down there.
oh, I love that
Oh,
jukebox.
whatever. We
You sold the
The reason
jukebox.
I had to have it there the last day was because I was right up by the front where the steps was. And I was afraid the corner would cave in on me.
But you'd already put foundations, right? Or,
Well,
or
I had some
something.
false foundation there to hold it, so I got
Yeah,
box room.
Isn't that
I'd never try that again.
yeah. Did you have anybody, though, I mean, kind of figure it out or help
No,
you or
it-
anything? You
no.
just said,
No, we just did it all ourselves.
oh my gosh,
No.
we could have all been in the basement, huh?
Okay.
But Grandpa he put white and black checkered tile on the floor.
Yeah.
And this was in it must have been, because like I said, I moved from 1961. I was 11. Yeah.
He was born in 50.
So this was 1957,
Oh, I don't know.
I think.
I am.
So anyway, black and white tile, and then when he did all the cupboards, he did it in different pastel colors.
Yeah, we
Remember
painted
that?
each story.
He goes, I think I'm going to paint this one green. I think I'm going to paint this one peach. And then he had a bar.
Yeah.
You remember all that?
I don't know the colors.
Yeah, on the doors. Yeah. What was it called? The Michigan basement.
I can't remember that.
Shelf around.
That's beautiful.
Fires there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder what it looks like today.
I know.
Sandy wanted to buy that house, but Mrs. Redmond's still in the nursing home or foster home.
Uh-huh.
And that would be cute if Sandy bought it.
Oh,
wouldn't
my goodness.
it? Yeah. But, it's, you know, they can't sell it yet until she dies.
Till she dies, yeah.
But,
But, I mean, that whole house went into a big change.
oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you guys were always doing
Never
something.
kept it up.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So you were ready, you were excited to move, though. Were you excited or not?
I have never once.
The day I remember the most and the most vivid was the day that the little shanty over there got kicked, something went into it or shoved something in the door. He already told me.
Ruth Yeager lived in a trailer house in the corner of that.
That was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. And I thought about thousands of times.
Really?
You
Yeah.
could have cried.
Yeah.
Rube said that Billy, he saw, Mr. Kid saw, or somebody saw Billy do it, you know.
Uh-huh.
So Bill gave
He
him
said he's seen him.
Bill gave Bill, any member lecture or something? What did he do to him? You don't even see, he doesn't even remember it.
You wouldn't tell me if you did know.
And anyway,
Well, I remember I used to be accused of swearing at Rube Yeager.
oh, well, this was you threw green apples in his trailer house. And Rube came over and told Bill, and Bill gave him Billy.
Sang it out, made him go to bed.
And then a couple days later,
Yeah,
The truth came out, eh?
Rube came over and apologized.
yeah.
But it was too late, he'd already.
But it's never too late.
He said
Well, I
apologize.
told him afterwards that, told Bill that, I'm sorry, but that was the,
That's not good enough.
didn't make the mistake.
Well, we all make mistakes, though. And we all want to
No,
be
the only
forgiven.
time you caught him for swearing was Mary Swan. You remember that? Mary Swan used to walk by to go to the grocery store, and you and Jeff would stand there and swear at her. That's what she said. That's what she said. And so her husband came over that night when he came home from work and told Bill about make that kid quit swearing at his wife. 3 or 4, he was just not very old, but he, you know, he's 3 or 4. He was just little. Because he didn't swear after he knew better. You know, it was just when he was little.
So it's possible that he changed his name.
No, it is true, because he didn't swear when he started going to school and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But he was just little, and him and Jeff would stand on the corner. And, well, she was ornery, little, you know, the mother was ornery, and Mary Swan was a very nice person. Billy swore at her. Oh, that's
What
funny.
is there any? Do you remember the first car that you ever bought? I mean, the first brand new car that you ever
Oh,
got?
I don't remember.
I mean, a brand new car.
I know, we
Because
did.
I still have never had a brand new car. I don't think. You know, I remember a convertible.
I don't know whether,
That convertible wasn't new.
The convertible was?
I think when DeYoung bought the, I think I bought the first new one from DeYoung.
Not a convertible, we never had a convertible that's new,
But we had a boat, and we had trailer houses, little trailer houses,
and big trailer
and
house.
big trailer houses. And, you remember the first vacation that we ever went on?
Not the first one, we went on so many, but.
What's one you remember? I remember the Copper Harbor one.
Oh, do you?
When Lisa was only 6 weeks old.
Oh, that's when we went up across the,
That was the King's Highway. We went around
across
around
around Lake Superior.
Lake Superior.
Yeah.
That was when they were just building that road.
They just had gotten it, built a little, I mean, didn't have it all the way through yet, but we went all the way
Didn't
around.
we go way out west one time?
With the kids? No, we never
What
went.
was the time we went up and had to, something happened, had to go in the garage for,
Well, that's when we came across the Twin Cities
The bridge.
and the bridge, put the gasoline tank,
yeah,
and we all had to get out
yeah.
because the gas was running out.
Yeah.
Was that with us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was on the way home from that trip.
That trail.
We was on our way coming home all the way around and came back.
And what happened?
They went over the bridge and something
It was a bad bridge,
sticking
yeah,
up,
because they made a new bridge later.
punctured out either a gas tank or a fuel line.
Yeah,
Punctured the gas tank,
yeah.
because I had to get a new
And we
gas
had to
tank.
get out quick before we thought maybe it'd catch on fire. And we had to sit and wait while they fixed
They
it.
fixed it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. 6 kids. Lisa was 6 weeks old. Bill built the little, remember that little thing he built for?
At the end of your bed.
Yeah.
Copper Harbor.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah.
I just remember we always would make sharp corners and poke the back of the,
Yeah, that one
Really?
car.
Oh,
the back of the front of the trailer.
The
You try-
fin off the rear end of the car. You know? Yeah.
And there would be, from the previous vacation,
There'd be
a great
patch.
circus patch, you know, from the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about when we went to Long Island in the,
Let's try to forget those things. In a motorhome. Remember we took Barb back to Long Island? Angela was just a baby, and she was a pistol.
I don't remember that.
And you were driving the big motorhome, and we were going down the wrong way.
no, we were going on an expressway
Well,
that
somebody
had
stopped and said, no, you can't go on there because the other overpasses weren't high enough for our trailer. This was a motorhome.
we went on the expressway that had the stone arches. It was a special expressway. And I guess they had all the signs in the world saying, clearance is 8 foot.
Yeah, right.
And so we're driving down, and of course I'm the direction person. His mother's at the end of this place, and people are going honk honk, and Dad's going Jesus, honk honk. What the hell's going on? And then we pulled.
Who stopped? Did we stop?
We stopped
Oh,
and had
we
to turn
had to stop.
around,
Turn around.
and then we end up in the Bronx or someplace, and
That was a nightmare.
that was a nightmare.
And Angela was
I
a
don't remember
pistol.
none of that.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's a reason why you forget
Did
things.
you ever tell Angela what a little shit she was when she was little?
Yeah.
Yeah. Angela was just little. I don't know, 2 or 3 maybe. Was she that old? I don't know. But,
Angela was just 2 when we went to.
but I remember we went to Ludington and you guys had to take her for a ride and put her to sleep because she just would not go to sleep. You remember that? Yeah.
Well, which one of your kids was a little stinker?
I did not. Really? We didn't have any.
All of them were.
Well, no, none of them were.
Was it Barbara?
No. I remember Bill, when he was little, and I don't know if you were born, you probably weren't born yet. He'd sleep with us, you know. And
He wasn't born yet, he had to sleep.
Bob wasn't born yet.
Oh.
And he'd get in bed with us, and then I'd say, okay, you can sleep with us, but you gotta lay really still. And he'd lay just so still. And I bet to this day he doesn't mess the bed up, does he? No, he doesn't. No, because he used to make his own bed every morning, and he wouldn't move at night, so he wouldn't Right to the bed up.
Oh.
So that in the morning he could just have, yeah, he didn't hardly ever mess with it up.
Because we always had to make our beds before.
That's what happens when there's only one boy in the family, and all the rest is girls.
He had his own room and we had,
4 girls in a room.
but we had purple,
Double bunk.
double beds, bunk beds.
Built them.
Uh-huh. And they were purple.
I painted the purple.
Well, Dad and Uncle Jim spray painted it with that splatter paint.
That splatter paint, yeah.
Remember that? No?
So Dad was a neat freak.
Yeah.
He was.
I cleaned off the barnyard so you couldn't find one little crumb of manure.
And his job was to clean the bathroom,
My job was to clean
and he would shine those
You did.
faucets
You
up.
were always a perfectionist.
Yes.
Right.
Mom would say, well, I guess Billy has the bathrooms today. And it's like, or this week. And we would rotate, you know. Yeah, he
That's the first time I ever told you.
I tell the boys that all the time. In fact, I go in, I said, if I go in there and find something, that means you didn't do a good job.
Is that what he does?
And did you make your bed? Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and check.
So then you would run up there quick?
And I'd be like, hold on a second. I think I might have missed a spot there.
I remember, do you remember
He does all right from the start.
Bill's dad?
Yes.
Bill's dad, Andy, taking care of you?
Yeah.
Okay. And he would make the beds. Did you ever see him make our beds? Like in
Grandpa?
Uh-huh. But all he did was take the bedspread and pour it over the top.
That's nice he even did that.
I know it, but I remember coming home from work and he had the bed all made, but it was all bumpy.
I used to do that when I was
Meg tries that too every once in a while.
But that was pretty nice of him to take care of you.
I love that.
Took care of you.
I have very good memories of that. Because we would always go to the drugstore.
Yeah.
And,
But nowadays, did you hear what they're doing with these homeschool kids sometimes, these parents? Oh, they had a big spiel on for a couple of days here on TV. Well, they're homeschooling their kids, and so they're not being protected by the school teachers or anything. And these parents are really abusing their kids. But nobody sees it because they're homeschooled. Yeah, finally this one kid killed his 2 sisters and himself. And they went to investigate, and the house is a holy mess.
because nobody,
Yeah,
nobody ever got a red flag because they never were in any kind of...
Nobody was there. Well, that could happen in this neighborhood right here. You don't go into there.
Yeah, another little boy hung himself in his closet. And the house was a mess, and the mother never, she was a single mother, I think, and when they showed a picture of her, she looked pretty good, but evidently she didn't take care of that kid at all. Didn't send him to school because she homeschooled him, she said. Yeah. So it's awful what these poor little kids have to put up with. So I don't know about homeschooling.
I don't need it seems to suit some and not others, Because some people do very well with it.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
and their
sure.
children
But they have to
excel.
socialize with other people, too.
Yeah. Let's see. You guys got any other questions? How about, do you believe in angels? We talked about this.
Oh, I already told you I did.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I didn't do what I'm saying. Yes, I believe in angels.
Yeah. Do you believe in angels, Pop?
No.
Do you believe there's a heaven?
The heaven? Oh, I forget the heaven.
Do you believe there's a heaven?
There ain't nobody touching.
Oh. But I mean, I guess I'm not talking about angels like us an angel. I'm talking about angels.
I
No.
never seen any fly around.
But he wasn't raised like that.
Yeah.
I was always raised that we had a guardian angel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I believe. What?
If there was, he or rather he's or
Well,
she.
they can be he's and she's. I don't know. Whatever.
No, he never helped me.
I thought you said you were lucky. You've been lucky all your life.
My life.
Oh, you did all yourself.
Yep.
Oh,
I
big
heard that
deal.
somewhere. It's like there's no such thing as good luck. You gotta make your own luck.
I don't believe that. Do you?
No.
You don't believe that?
No, because no.
You think you have
You can go out and do things that make everything better, don't you? Now, is that good luck, or is that just angels do that?
Like you have good luck.
Now, there's what I'm saying. There's good luck.
But you do have good luck, but then you also have the choice of going out and doing everything to better situations, so I don't really need that luck. You're doing it yourself. But
you are the one that's doing that.
If you hit the jackpot, would that be luck or what would that be? What?
You ain't gonna change my mind, so you keep on talking. I ain't gonna hear you.
You don't have a thing to do with that slot machine when you put that quarter in and it.
Hell, I don't, I pull the lumber. I pull it.
But that don't make.
That's because it was 3 recorders on that thing to spit that money out.
It's all fixed.
Yeah, God didn't have nothing to do with that spitting that money out there.
So do you think there are,
No, don't give me that one.
do you believe in coincidences? Or do you believe that things, do you believe in destiny? You know what destiny is? Or fate? I guess that's what we're asking is, do we make our own life, or do you think that our life was planned before we were even born?
I think our life was already planned.
Before we were born.
Right.
And then during the course of the lifetime, we had a choice.
Who the hell gets punished for all the mistakes you made then?
Yeah.
I do. I just think if you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
Oh,
Not a damn thing you can do about it.
wait a minute. Now, there's nothing you can do about dying?
No. I
Well,
don't.
why the hell would you go to a doctor then?
Because you gotta help yourself. But if you're gonna die, that doctor's not gonna make you better. If you're gonna die.
How come that some of these people that's on near death come back? For unknown reason.
Well, God makes them come back.
God makes you do that.
Well,
That ain't luck.
They weren't supposed to die yet.
it wasn't their time yet.
Do you believe in miracles?
Well, you can say that with it.
It's so funny about Betty McFarland. She's that way too.
What?
Oh, it's their time. And she's not even religious at all. But
Uh-huh.
she just believes, if somebody dies, well.
What else
they're
can you
dead.
believe?
Some people don't believe that, though. Some people just cry and moan and piss and all that stuff,
But what?
When somebody
You're
dies.
not living?
No, when somebody dies.
That they say that they died before their time, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there's a.
Well, you can truthfully say that. A little fella, that fella there, if he died this afternoon, he died before, you have all the right in the world.
No, it's because God
Not
got it
looking.
written down on a little book. Andy dies this afternoon.
Yeah. What do you think? You were going to ask if you believe in miracles, I think, or not sure.
I say that everything does happen for a reason.
I think so too.
Everything happens for a reason.
No.
Yeah.
So sometimes
The reason you die, you're dead. That's the reason. Reason enough.
I remember, when I told you about that grandma, Kelly's grandma, whose husband died because of a Walgreens mistake. They
Yeah.
gave him a prescription. Instead of Coumadin, they gave him something else, and he died and became a vegetable.
Yeah.
But she kept him alive for 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
through good nursing
Well, how
care.
about this? I walk in a garage
Yeah.
and I jack up the car. I
Yeah.
got a brand new jack.
Yeah.
I get under the car and that jack fails. Did God plan that jack to
Yeah.
fail?
Yes.
He did. Well, then I don't want nothing to do with him. He made my jack fail. He get now I'm gonna shake on their car.
I think that,
Yeah.
we have free will, and we have a choice.
Well,
There's a lot of things that
you're the Middleton.
don't, sure I believe there's God.
Well, he's
But I think, Fred,
like 71
the
years
people
old. And he got killed with his tractor
have
tipped over on him and killed him.
changed it so
a
much
couple
from
months
what
ago.
it
Oh, really?
was when it,
Which one?
Started.
Which Middleton? Was it Billy?
No, I think it's Billy's dad.
we
When
write a
Billy's
lot of things
dad,
into it that, what we think.
70-some years old. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's goofy, but
Well, I think it's really hard to explain to anybody. It's just, everybody believes what they have to believe. So,
And a lot of it has to do with what your mom and dad believed.
and what you brought up with.
well, if you went through all the way through life thinking that God was going to take care of you, take risks.
You can't
From
do
the
that.
beginning.
Well, you can't do that. You can't.
Well,
I
if you
mean,
say that it might.
just like I could walk out and sit in the middle of the street, and if I get killed, there was a guy's
Well, Yeah, he had a plan. That's what you tell me.
I know, that's what it sounds like, but that's not what I mean.
That's the point I'm getting. That's the point I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, he made, you know, one way of looking at it is that he gave us the free will, but he also hopes that we will understand how important we are and what our purpose is. And in order to do our purpose, we have to maintain our health and, you know, take care of yourself and pay attention and
Be careful.
Do the right thing.
do the right thing. Yeah.
But don't you think sometimes you're just plain lucky?
In what respect?
That you got 6 kids that are really...
They're all an accident.
They're all an
All the
accident.
planning was done with having one. When I knew you said planning on having another one, it was all planning.
But they're all... What makes you think that we're so good that we can have 6 intelligent children that have good health, and all our grandkids are in good health, and we're in good health?
I think it's because you did a lot of things right. You know, you really did a lot of
Don't you
things
think
right.
we're just lucky?
Well, lucky, I don't call any of that luck.
What do you call it?
Huh?
What do you call it?
Determination.
That's right, and doing a lot of things right. You guys made a lot of right
Yeah,
decisions.
but a lot of people do things right, and they have sickness.
Yeah, but the core of the thing is intentions. You never had any bad intentions,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
you're supposed to...
Take a guy goes out here and he buys a big goddamn building, pays big money for it. And he does well. The guy over the road here, he does the same goddamn thing. He goes broke. Now who's the fault of that?
He's got a...
Who's the fault of it? Never mind giving me a cell.
He's either got a bad wife or a bad husband. That'll do it.
You say that first guy, he was lucky. The other guy was unlucky, right?
Yeah, probably. But he probably didn't do what he's supposed to do. You know, your name ain't getting it right.
He didn't work at it.
Hey, Grandpa,
Didn't work at it.
Yeah.
Grandpa, have you ever had a feeling that something was going to happen, or that you really saw it and then it did happen?
No.
I mean, like a feeling of intuition at all?
A premonition?
Yeah, or premonition. You've never felt that way? How about you, Mom?
No way.
Never.
I don't want any of my dreams to come true either.
Really? Do you have bad dreams?
Oh, sometimes.
I never dreamed.
You never dream?
Well, sometimes you dream.
Well,
You
then,
wake up in the night, you said it's scary dreams you have or something.
I have aches and pains though. But I never did have any. I can remember Dale
Now, Rosemary.
come ball and she got a dream and all that horse shit.
No, you never.
Never had.
Uh-huh.
Never.
Did you ever have anything really weird happen to you that you couldn't explain?
I got married.
As soon as I said that, I knew he was going to say something. I asked him, did he ever have anything weird happen to him that he couldn't explain?
She knows that bullshit.
You better be.
Well,
When did you first, at what age do you think you first started to get interested in politics?
Politics?
Yeah.
Now, see, that's another thing, too. Because I don't think if our kids were growing up and we were working and busy, that we thought much of politics. You know, it's just after we have more time to watch TV and stuff, I think. Don't you think?
Well, I was interested in it, but didn't have no time to
No, we didn't have
do anything. You know, you argue down the shop.
Did you argue down when you worked about politics?
Yeah.
Was you argue Democrat?
I found that one of the options.
Oh, that's right. You found somebody that, he would turn Republican if he could argue with a Democrat. Just to argue.
what president do you remember do you remember any president that you just, oh, God, you were so unhappy that they
I
got...
can remember him, but I can't remember the name.
Uh-huh.
I think I can't remember him.
Yeah.
If you'd asked me a year ago, I could have told you.
Uh-huh.
I can't know.
You haven't been rubbing your feet with my oil. That's the
I
problem.
didn't know that's what that was for.
Medicine, yeah.
No, he has to rub
You
his...
put it on her neck.
That's okay. It'll still get in there, but... I know that when, and this, I know that when I die, I want a big party like I had for Dee. And I don't really want, I already told my kids I want to be cremated.
Oh, we should put that on there.
What?
We don't want a funeral.
You don't, so what do you don't want a funeral?
We just
Do you want a party?
we want everybody to come to this house
Yeah.
and have a party.
How the hell do you know we're gonna be here? Somebody else here.
And we don't want any,
What?
I shouldn't talk to you, should I? No. I don't want any life support
Okay.
Oh, God, no.
Mm-hmm.
or feeding tube.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have an awful time with that, don't they?
Yeah, they
They
do.
want a big one in Florida right now.
Right.
That's that young, that's
The young girl.
young, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanna go right from where I die,
Uh-huh.
no stop. That's it.
Wherever you
Go.
Wherever you land, that's it. All right.
Just going in there.
Well, that's the way I
Going
feel.
in there and having somebody, oh, God, he looks good in there. Or he got what he needs, you know.
Well,
And
about time he got.
And they did a good job with his makeup.
Oh, didn't they do a good job? Sometimes they really do, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just want to, do you want to be cremated?
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to shown.
Okay. That's the way I feel too. So if this tape, if I die before, yeah, I got myself on tape too. Anybody else want to add how they want to go? Have any thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts.
He's too young, we didn't think about when we did.
No, nobody's too young.
I know, but we never thought about it at that age.
Yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with, Bill.
Yeah?
You know, yeah, I think sometimes, we do things that, yeah, when I die, I don't really care, what, you know, but
You want to
hard
funeral
for
though?
them, and so if Bill thinks.
Whatever they decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's easier on the family. If you don't have to go through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Yeah.
What good does it do?
Well, and because I went through it a little bit, it does help with the grieving process. I think a funeral in our society sometimes helps people have closure. And I know that I do have one regret with Steve, and that is that I didn't make you all feel like you should have come to his memorial. Because I wanted you to feel like it wasn't an imposition, and that was wrong, not for me, but for my children. Because they really did. They treated it like a funeral, and they didn't understand. And I took it all on me. I said it's my fault.
Yeah.
You know, so they would have liked that. So when I die, you guys all have to show up.
Okay, we will.
To the party.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, there you go.
In spirit, we will.
Yeah. We don't know. I mean, we really don't know. But that. But
Looking forward to playing real
We'll play the play.
yeah. Oh, and that was totally my doing. I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be mostly for your Debo's
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Valley didn't go either.
Right?
No. She's doing all right though now.
Yeah,
She took her a long time. But...
Yeah. She has more issues with herself now.
Oh.
That kind of
Oh, that's
over and her and Steve.
Oh,
So
yeah.
no,
Taking over.
Larry's kind of not up there, but
Do you like to talk about this morbid stuff?
it's not morbid though. I mean, really, it shouldn't be morbid. It's part of
See what
life.
that says, Nancy. See what it says.
Let me stop
Somebody else
that.
forgot.
Because I think if you knew that you were going to die,
You
you
know the
would.
rules about Deb. She's got her cancer's all back.
Now back.
She's got hospice now.
Who's that?
Is Jock already?
He's good. He takes care of her. He takes care of her. People that we grew up with in Coleman, and she had two daughters that died with cancer of the breast. And her other daughter, who graduated police I think they said she had both breasts off, so she wouldn't get that. Because her mother had it too. But her mother has lived all this time. And she's had cancer of the colon, cancer here, and everything. Took chemo, lost her hair. Finally, a couple years ago, she said it was all done.
Double checking here. Anybody else have any other questions? What else do you want to tell us, Mom? You remember anything that you were saying that you thought was kind of cute? your finger?
Yeah, I don't think he messes up at all.
No?
What was that one? That's the one you scratch your head with. Oh, that's what you do.
Oh. What do you think was which president did you like the best?
Which president?
Yeah. Did you?
I can't think of his name.
Well, you like Clinton.
Oh, hell yes, I like those.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the one I liked the best.
Kennedy.
Yeah. John F.
Yeah, he likes
Boy, Linda gave Valia
Sure, only George Bush. That would be thing.
he gave her a book all about the Kennedys. I mean, really biographical about pictures of their families and stuff. And I never realized that his father was such a stinker.
Oh, yeah, he was a crook.
And caused his first child or second child, who was mentally retarded, who's still alive today,
Yep.
to have a frontal lobotomy. Did you know that? She was.
Joe Kennedy, wasn't it?
This is the father. She was a little bit mentally challenged. I mean, she
Yeah.
didn't look that way,
Yeah.
but she wasn't. She must have been the third in line.
Yeah.
And so without Rose's knowledge, he had, this new upcoming treatment for supposedly mental retardation was taking a little piece of your brain off the front of your frontal lobe. It's called a lobotomy, and it turned her into a vegetable.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
she's in a nursing home in her 80s right now.
Yeah, she's retired. I know they got a sister retired.
I mean, he did things like that and caused us,
Well, he was,
made $500 million in the stock crash
oh, yeah, he was, yeah.
and sold a lot of.
But that there,
I know, but I
there's a
just,
lot of them done that.
yeah, I just didn't realize all that, the beginning
You
of it.
didn't realize that Jack Kennedy was running around on his wife either.
Yeah.
Till after he died. Well, sure he did.
How the hell you?
With Marilyn Monroe. She
Yeah.
was one of them.
Yeah.
But
They all
talked
did.
about that till after he's dead.
And that's what they quoted John
Oh, I
Kennedy to
still
say.
think he's a good one.
Well,
I
I
don't give a
like
shit.
him.
But
Remember when he died? That's the day we got lady.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
1963.
1963?
Do you remember where you were? No, you don't remember.
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I was in Mr. Dulac's 6th grade class. Came over to
do that.
I was in school, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mr. Colbank died, Mr. Callahan died.
You know, Mrs. Callahan married
Mr. Callahan.
Mr. Callahan died. Mrs. Callahan, she played the organ in church or
Yeah.
church. She married, who was it that Tyler goes with? Euphrates? Euphrates, is that
Yeah,
it?
that's it was a funny name.
Yeah. Remember that name, Bill, at all?
Euphrates?
Oh, anyway. She married him just a few months ago. His wife
So
died.
what's the news of that?
If you knew Mrs. Callahan, you would never suspect it because she was just really
Quiet.
quiet, and you never knew, what she was.
Still water runs deep.
Right.
Mother winks. It doesn't get on there. Oh. Well, I don't have any other questions on here. Giovanna already, Dominic, why did Grandpa call me a Jew?
Why did you call Dominic a Jew? He wants to know that.
Because he acts like a Jew.
You saw him in his tuxedo.
Yeah, you just
You
look like...
look like a Jew. And now Dominic says, why did you say that? You must have a reason. Because Jews all
Have him
wear,
ask a lot of questions.
did Jews all wear
I'm
tuxedos?
goddamn fine. No.
One time, my sister Bet was talking to Rita, Tom's wife. Something about the colors, or something. And that looks like a Polish something, she said. Rita said, well, I'm Polish. Polish are supposed to have bright colors, maybe, or do they paint their houses different or do something different?
Well, they do use a lot of primary colors.
And
all their...
that looks like something a co-op would do or something.
Do you remember the first time you ever went to a theater? A movie place? What?
I don't know what the hell.
Not the first time, I don't remember.
To what?
Shirley Temple shows.
Oh, okay.
Was that at a theater?
I was a prayer.
So your dad, see, because Grandma always said that your dad didn't do anything with you guys.
See?
Yeah.
And I can remember going to church with him,
Yeah.
and he always smoked a cigar. So every time I smell a cigar, I think of my dad.
Yeah.
Because he always smoked a cigar in church. On the way going to church.
Uh-huh.
And in the house?
Oh yeah. But I don't. Just in the church or in the car going to church is when I remember.
Uh-huh. So what about this movie now?
Oh,
The one that you remembered?
Shirley.
The one that you broke
Bill and I used to sit up in the balcony. You remember?
No. Must have been with somebody else.
Oh.
I don't ever remember.
Oh, I know one time. One time I went to a movie with a guy.
Be careful, you'll be telling the same thing.
No.
You remember, you'll be letting you
I
down.
went to a movie with a guy, and he was a farmer, and he held my hand and smelled just like cow shit. You ever milk a cow? Bill, did you ever?
I don't think I remember actually milking it.
Oh.
I remember touching and...
Oh, if you milk
That's what it took us to goddamn long to do the bar.
And I think I squeezed it once. I'm not sure.
Well, when you milk a cow,
Half a day. You know that bar, you can do it in an hour.
they didn't have cows out there, you know.
They were all steers.
They were all scared. But anyway, he held my hand in the movies, you know, and he was a farmer, so he milked cows, and you can't get that smell off your hands.
You can't?
And once you get, you know, you have to scrub and put Roman cleanser.
Oh.
I can smell my hand. I
For 2
remember
years after I went with her, she thought it would get on, she always...
You never milked cows, did you? That was funny.
What was the first theater you remember going to?
First theater?
Yeah, going to the show.
That was
Where-
Claire, but I
Claire?
don't remember, well, how old I was.
And it was still the one that's still there,
Oh,
Ideal?
yeah, it's been there for years.
God, because we always went to the Ideal.
Yeah, we used to go,
No, we went-
you
we
went
went
to
to
Coleman.
Well, I went to the one in the Como with Grandpa.
Right.
Yeah.
Grandpa would take me, and they would have John Deere,
John Deere Day.
John Deere days. Where they get on the stage and they sell stuff. And then they start the
Well, I
movie.
used to be big back in years
Yeah.
ago.
We used to go to Coleman, to the free shows. And right behind, in that parking lot, behind,
Grandpa's
the
Market.
drugstore and all that, where that big parking lot, there used to be a free show. They put a big thing up, and everybody bring their chairs, and you sit and watch their show. Free show.
That's nice. They still do that in some places.
You ever been to,
They do it in Central Park.
to the one on the palace? Have you been to that? Didn't they put up a big, outdoor show there? Have you ever been to what was it used to call them, drive-in?
No, that was at the Silver Dome.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's where they have. We have a
You should go there.
drive-in movie.
Remember
theater.
we used to go drive-in?
Yeah, it's empty now.
Yeah, they just
It's all in the parking lot. They just allow people to come in. They put up a couple of big
big screen.
And
screens.
they do it on a regular basis?
Yeah,
Well, that sounds like
they just started it.
I mean, it's just gonna be temporary until they actually figure out what they're gonna, how they're gonna do
Yeah,
it.
But it's a way to earn some money on that
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. But it was kind of
It's a
fun.
lot of fun. I
Do you
enjoy
remember going
driving.
to drive-in theater?
Oh, I love drive-in movies.
I can remember when we were supposed to go take all the kids. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you were, maybe you were gone to school by then. I don't know. But anyway, Lisa was little. And we were supposed to go to the drive-in movie, and Grandpa didn't come home from work.
Uh-huh.
So I'd say, well, let's go anyway. And Lisa never wanted to go. She never wanted to go until Bill came home. Isn't that funny? I can remember that. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to go. I don't know, she was afraid to go with me. I said, well, we're going to go whether you're home or not. And she never wanted to go. No? That's funny.
Uh-huh.
And I remember when the kids growing up, we never, I don't know if it's you or who it was, but we never let them go to a drive-in movie.
That's right.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you can't go till you get to be 16.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Why did you put them rules down?
You put them down.
Did
I
you ever,
didn't put 'em down.
did you ever hide in the back of a trunk?
To get in the movie?
Yeah.
No,
Uh-huh.
no.
I did that once.
And the truth comes out.
Archie Bell. There was, you know, the whole car could get in for a short time. So we got in the trunk.
Who's we?
I don't know who was driving, but we got in the trunk. And I never did do that again because it was good. But we kept because it was just, we just hopped in at the very entrance, you know, and then drove in. And
They
then,
probably knew that too.
yeah, they probably did.
Did you hear the lady the other day that somebody came into her house, beat her up, took her money, put her in her trunk of her Cadillac, and drove off with her Cadillac. And she knew where the latch was, a latch to open it from the
Yeah,
inside.
because they have them now.
She pulled that and jumped out, and was going like 50 miles an hour or something.
Oh, my God.
And it showed her. It showed her all bruised. Somebody stopped her, helped her. See who that is, Nancy?
That was a G&G Interview.
Skylar.
Really?
Company came up with the idea.
That's a good idea.
Okay, action. Kaiser?
Yeah, I'm interested in what your favorite meal is.
Oh.
You were thinking about it for a few seconds.
I'll think
Here's
about
what
it
I
in a
would really-
second. I like,
My choice, this is what I like.
You like,
chicken. Fried chicken. And I like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
my favorite would be breast.
Got your turn yet.
You have to think about it.
Nobody asked you. You know, food, I can eat anything. I love anything. I can eat spaghetti. I miss your food, you know, your pizzas, but I can eat old frozen pizzas.
You can eat anything, there ain't no work to cook on, you can eat. You mean?
It's true.
Mhm.
I like anything.
Is there something that you haven't had in a long time that you wish you had?
That was thinking, Dad.
Talking about food.
Oh, Lordy.
What did we say about lying there with it?
I mean, you think of pork sausage. Steak.
The other thing that came to my mind is, actually, is morel mushrooms.
Oh, you like the
Going out and picking them, and you know. And I heard
What they taste is like,
morel. Last night, Raymond said he just came back from smelt fishing. He got like, could it be 500 pounds of smelt? 500 pounds of smelt, and you always.
Ray has exaggerated his fishing ever since he was that high.
Really? But don't you remember when you would go smelt fishing, you would always bring back morel mushrooms?
Oh, yes, and buckets of smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always have.
But the weather's different.
Yeah, everybody
Back
says,
then,
you know,
it
things
used to
are
be
different.
warmer. Takes warm weather for them
Yeah.
rounds to come out. I don't know whether they're out yet or not.
Well, it wouldn't be out
Oh, no, they'll be out in the spring.
Spring.
They've already done.
Remember, you go up in May.
Yeah. You went on Mother's Day,
Yeah.
remember? Yeah.
But the winter bit we would collect.
Raymond hasn't changed today. He's so full of baloney.
Is he?
Oh, they all are. They're all the same way.
Really?
They just exaggerate, and everything they do is the best. And yep. That's the whole
The
family.
best and the biggest.
Best and the
Well, he still looks good. He's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
something right.
Nolan
You know.
looks great. Have you seen that? Did you see that? Oh, she looks just like she did.
She was here last night, right?
No.
I missed even his son that came.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah, I didn't see
He
him.
just stayed a little while.
How does Harry come in there?
Harry was Leona's boy before she married Ray.
Oh,
And Ray adopted him and changed his name to Mercy. His Urich was his name. The father died in a fire. Leona and Harry were gone shopping or something, and he died in the bathroom or something in a fire. I don't know. It was a little suspicious, but. So what happened? But she is. She's really looks good.
How old is she?
Probably Ray's age. I mean,
So how's Ray?
Ray's older than any of our kids, so Must
He's
be
gotta be,
60.
I don't think he's quite 60 yet.
Yeah.
He's,
See, Mary Lou
2
will be
years, Mary Lou was
69.
older than Deb,
Mhm.
and Ray's older than Mary Lou.
Oh, yeah, he'd be 60.
Yeah, he's quite.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
I think
see?
there's about 15 months maybe between them, maybe.
Mhm. Oh.
Yeah, that whole
He
thing.
doesn't have to take whatever he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's true, but not
Yeah,
all of it.
I remember Betty.
Lot of it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Betty bought that trailer, all was down in Jacksonville, you know, it was the best place, and then when she got ready to sell it, it was gonna be worth lots of money because they're gonna put a
Road.
road through there, and that property is gonna be really worth a lot, you know, she just, I
Carried
remember
on and on and on.
when they moved up across the street, why, up there was the best place on earth, she'd never come back down here and live, ever, you know. First thing you know, she was back down to Florida.
Mhm. Never say never.
Optimist.
Yeah, she just, yeah, you know. But Ray says she's doing better when in this place that she's at now. She's got more, she's like
Jim,
a
he'd have been all right. He'd have made money, but he wouldn't collect.
big Jim.
And he said, and she do the fact that she'd go out and get him so goddamn pissed off, you know, trying to collect, but they wouldn't pay.
Or they didn't like it.
So that's why he wasn't real successful in this construction business?
He didn't have a business. Didn't have any money brain.
Mm.
I mean, he'd go to an auction sale and,
Jesus
oh,
Christ, he
get us a
cost me a
piece,
whole
you know.
goddamn bundle too.
But he was very good at construction, right?
Oh,
I mean, he could build anything,
He could
right?
build it.
And his kids, too, are good.
Mhm.
Franny's really good. I don't know about Mary Lou, but Franny can do anything, too.
Mhm.
But, but Betty, what Jim would do was, he'd get a nice job and lots of money to do it, but he'd have it all, before he had this house built, he had all the money he got from this house all spent. So he'd pay for this house from what he's going to do in his next job. He was always a job behind, you know.
He got in trouble over here.
Yeah.
On that rest area?
Yeah. And I was the last one on the job.
He did all
Because
that.
I done all electrical.
And Jim hired him, see, he's a subject.
Jesus Christ.
You never got paid?
I had I forget how many steers on. I had to sell them sons of bitches to clear.
But see, before
See, he's buying a bunch of stuff he needs.
Oh,
In order
okay.
for him to pay, he's gotta sell his cattle for cash, pay off to his.
and before
Did you ever settle with that?
No, before Jim could get paid from doing it, Barb, he'd have to have the subcontractor sign off saying that Jim paid them.
Yeah.
It's called a waiver of
See,
lien.
they came,
Yeah.
Franny Loomis came to me and wanted me to put it in, for me not to do
Lean
what I
again.
did. And I said, God, Franny, I have to think about it. I said, I'll get back with you. I don't know, it was the next day. So I stopped in, I told him, Jesus Christ, I said, I know it probably ain't right, but I said, I can't do it. He said, well, Bill, he said, I got thinking over after I'd asked. And he said, I shouldn't have asked. And he's been a friend ever since. Good friend.
And I guess I'm not clear, what did you decide to do? What was it that you decided to do?
Not to
sign off?
sign on.
Oh,
That he'd been paid.
okay.
Because he did, then he owed Franny. And he owed the fire guy.
Mhm.
So,
But you never ever got your money for it? Never did.
no, I had to pay for all the electrical on the goddamn thing. All the material.
Uh-huh.
Didn't get away with it.
But you always said that Uncle Jim was just too big-hearted. That it wasn't, he didn't.
I don't
didn't
think
like
he
to confront people
intentionally,
to pay.
you know, he let people,
Walk over him?
he didn't know how to manage it. He knew how to do the work, but he didn't know how to handle the goddamn money end of it.
Yeah.
What would happen is somebody hired him to do build a kitchen cupboard, and then he asked him, oh, when you go build my kitchen cupboard? When you go build my kitchen cupboard? So he finally do the job. When he get all done, they didn't have the money to pay him. After all this happened about doing it, then they didn't have the money to pay him. And so he'd say, well, that's all right. They'll pay you next week. Okay, next week, then they'd have a bill coming due, because you could go to the bank and borrow so much money for so many days, you know? So that'd be due. All right, this guy's gonna pay me next week for my coverage, you know? So he'd go get it, we haven't got the money. He'd go home and tell
that
Betty.
wasn't all of it, though.
He'd go home and tell Betty. She'd be ripping mad. She'd have to go to the bank, get another loan. She did all the banking, and so, I mean, it just.
But she might go to collect the account,
Yeah.
and the guy would, and then she'd get in a big goddamn fight. Well, then, she had two things to do. She had to get him back on track, get him over the goddamn name she called, and get his money. Well, that don't work at all.
Yeah, they were suing and
Goddamn.
all that stuff. Well, what happened too was Jim worked for Paul Schroeder, I don't know what his name was, a big contractor. There was a big builder, and that's where he first worked, and that's where he learned a lot of stuff. He got so he was very good, and he was running the crew, and he was going out and making all the bids, and, you know, and doing all. So Betty thought,
Well, what did they call him, huh?
yeah, she got pissed because Jim was doing all the work for this guy, and he was making all the money. And so she's the one that talked him into going on his own. Yeah, and he should never have done that because he was so good. Anyway.
Yeah. Get a steady
The
paycheck.
thing that really pissed me off, I finally didn't do any, but then I bought Fair Plastic. And I bought it from Dow. Everything in the building, in a certain area, they blocked off. Everything in there was mine. So, come to move it out, and I had, what was his name, the old guy that, he worked for Jim and he worked for me.
From Dow?
No, from Claire. God, I can't remember the name.
He worked for Jim, was he?
Yeah, he worked for Jim at the tail end. This guy's just going into Claire there.
What was his role? What did he do for you?
But yeah, what do you do when you hired him? What do you do for you?
I did, let's see, how the hell does it work now? I bought all the stuff from Dow, and I moved it, I was moving it out. And some of the stuff was gone. You know, I couldn't figure out where in the hell it went. Didn't amount to a whole bunch of dollars, maybe $300-400. But that was nothing compared to what they were supposed to get out of there. I go out to Jim's, and one of them hanging in the tree. Oh, how'd you get that?
Chainsaw or something, or what?
I think it was a chainsaw, or I don't remember what it was. Anyway, how'd you get that? Well, he said he got it from,
Whatever this guy's name is.
yeah. I said, that son of a bitch is mine, and I just went over there and got the son of a bitch and threw it in the truck.
Wasn't that Crawford?
No, oh, what you call it, lives right there, you know, if you're going into Clare, and you go right, then this street goes down here, right there on the corner, just the second house back to the corner, on that side of the road.
All right. So he took it from you?
Well, he
There
took
was
it from
3
the
or 4
job.
other things, huh?
He took it from the job.
Yeah.
He went in there before anybody else.
Jim was mad at him, like, he goddamn mad at me.
What did-
I got goddamn paper, I said, it's mine.
And he
So there
did.
ain't no goddamn use to you. You can do whatever you want. I said, it was mine, I paid for it, and...
Was he giving it, or
Huh?
did he have to pay?
I don't know what the hell, what Jim and his deal was, didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It was none of my business. Oh, God.
Did you confront the guy then?
Oh, hell yeah, he can run it.
Can't you tell me something else about it?
Well, he was always with Jim for years.
I didn't even think he used to work for him. I got
Or she worked in the store in Clare. Shit, I can't think of his goddamn name, I know I don't know. And that was it again.
Maisie Myers.
Huh?
Aunt Myers.
Aunt Myers.
Oh, Aunt Myers.
Aunt Maisie.
I even know who they are.
Aunt Myers.
Remember them? Uh-huh.
Aunt Myers took it.
Oh, son of a gun.
There were 3 or 4 items.
Uh-huh.
Said, well, I didn't know you bought it. That was his excuse.
Well, was he working in that building there?
Yeah. He was working for Dow.
Well,
And he knew because it was boarded off. And it was all, you know,
Sandy worked for,
Lock,
there was
there was a lock on
him and his wife, and
parts of
she
that.
spilled on him, so they're having the kids will be divorced.
He worked for Dow, so that's probably where he had
Called down
people.
money and told
I
him,
didn't,
keep
smart
your
enough to
tools
know
overlooking
off.
in this garage. He got fired and didn't.
That's funny, because, I mean, that sort of thing happens, even in a residential system. One of the ladies that works for me, her and her sister went together and bought this piece of property and a house down in South Carolina. And, so they went down there before they bought it, you know, and kind of looked it over and stuff, and came back and decided, yeah, they'd buy it. So they went down, they bought it, so they went down about, 2 months later for the closing. And they walked in the house, and the previous buyer had taken all the furniture out. They bought it as is, with all the furniture in there. They had gone in, taken all that good furniture out, put other furniture in there. Now, so now they're ready to close. She's just gone like 10 hours to get down to South Carolina. And they find this out. So they get the buyers, for the sellers, and they say, look, this is not the furniture that was here when we bought this, when we offered it. We didn't know. We're very sorry. And they ended up bringing all the furniture back. Okay, but very well, they could have said, I'm sorry, you either close today or we're going to
Well, I'll say, well, yes, this is a thing for you.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove it.
But this lady that works for me is Irish lady that's very aggressive, strong, willed. That she,
No
no
way.
way are you going to take with your cleaners on there.
Old Franny Loomis he was back on that deal. He never seen it. He said, we need a witness, he said.
Is there a chicken in
So I read all those buildings from Franny.
Right.
And he was good to me, goddamn.
So do you have a buddy that you just, like Franny or somebody that you just, when you think about a good buddy that did good by you, or can you think of somebody that you?
Glenn Rank.
Glenn Rank?
Yeah, he's probably the best buddy.
Yeah.
I think so.
When you needed help, he was there,
Yeah.
or you could help him. Yeah. Glenn Rank, huh? And
He bought that lot out there for me.
do you see a lot of Glenn in Roy Rank? Do you see a lot? Yeah.
Roy was up here, spent a whole goddamn
Actually,
day.
we stood, we sat here and talked for 4 hours.
But you didn't tape it.
No, Bill wanted Roy
Last month or so or what?
just a couple weeks ago, Bill wanted Roy to do something for him, put a motor on something and make
I
something.
had my compressor, when I went to blow out my sprinkler system, I didn't have enough volume, I couldn't do it, so I had to hire him down, blow him out. And I was out there in the garage, and I had a good compressor. And there was I had a motor there. So why the hell don't I put that skid? So I thought, oh, Roy. So I had a bunch of other shit. I said, come on up, I got a bunch of. Beat him up. Yeah, he said, well, he said, I'll take that, I'll fix that up for you.
You didn't say when, huh?
No.
Still hanging down there.
I saw him.
Goddamn junk around there.
Yeah, I talked to him. Where did I see him?
Oh,
He's smart.
we talked
He ain't
about
no dumb, he ain't no dummy. Don't
No, I know. Yeah.
Goddamn
No,
boy.
he's always been.
that Billy, he said, he did all right for himself, he said, and you never seen him without a smile on his face. But he did. Yeah, sure. I went out there and said, when it was all done, you want to come in and have a cup of coffee? So he came in, and I don't know how many cups of coffee we had.
But it was interesting. You
I
didn't,
like having, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of Glenn in him.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just sat and talked and talked and talked, yeah. He knows.
But I don't think Glenn done him very,
Oh, no, Glenn and him were never close.
no.
No. Mm-mm. But that's the way it is sometimes, you know? So.
Well, even Roy, I don't think he talks a whole lot with Jerry and.
No, No.
Brothers, very
But his wife, he says, my wife, is a religious fanatic. And he didn't say it derogatory either. But he said she teaches catechism. Teaches catechism to the high schoolers in Sanford. And she's down there all the time. And she's just always in the church business.
But you're saying that Roy doesn't even talk to his brothers. Did he talk about Jerry and...
No.
We asked him, and he told us what they were doing, but as far as...
Do they live in the area?
No, they live in,
Oh.
Livonia,
yeah, well, I think they're both.
Gwen's up north. I mean, he doesn't that he's not speaking to them. He
Yeah.
just doesn't have much.
Well, I don't think he sees them. I remember when
No.
I talked to him last, I asked
No.
him how he's doing. You probably talk to them as much as I do.
Yeah.
They're down there by you,
Oh.
They don't come up and talk to see me or anything, or I don't get invited down there, but we,
But see, Evelyn died. Did you know Glenn's wife, Evelyn, died? Evelyn Rank died. Glenn's second wife.
no, I didn't know that.
And Roy, when we talked about it, because he says, well, when did you find out? And I said, well, how did you find out? He said, and I said, because I was friends with her. I said, I used to stop and see her all the time. And I said, it was so funny. I still remember what he said. I said, I used to always go to Virginia, Lisa's husband's mother. He says, now why didn't you say you're Lisa's mother-in-law? I said, Lisa's husband's mother when she was sick, and then I go visit Evelyn too at the same time, So I got friendly with her. So anyway, when she went in the nursing home, Pat called me, told me she was in the nursing home, and then when she told me she died, I said, well, my friend Pat is the one that told me. Well, he was pissed because Janet, he didn't even know she was in a nursing home at one time, and then he didn't know she died until Janet called him that morning, and so, I mean, that's what made him mad.
Did you knew
He
before you
saw
did?
me, Janet called me. But I said, no, it was my friend that told me. But he liked Evelyn. He said, when they sold the house, everybody got $3,100 or something, I don't know, after everything was taken care of. And Evelyn didn't want to take her back. She was also part of it, and she didn't want to take her $3,100 because she said, it's not mine, it's your kids, But they made her take it, I guess. And then he said the next Christmas, in the Christmas card was $500 check. And he said he took it back to her. He said, you need it. So they were, they liked her. So, but anyway.
How is somebody from Dow, somebody you worked with all those years in Dow, that
I never seen any of them.
but I mean, does anybody stand out?
The last bunch that I was in, there wasn't mostly alone all the time.
But you like Ed Sherry. She was our
Oh,
good
well,
friend.
Ed
You remember we went
Sherry.
fishing and...
But he's about the only one that...
Hell, I hadn't worked for him in
No, he had retired a long
15
time.
years or more.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, he was a good Joe.
Do you have any fruit flies at your house?
How many this year?
Fruit flies?
We used to have more.
Oh, really? Because I think they have more this year, and Giovanna said they don't have anything sitting around, and she has oodles of them. Yeah.
I thought the reason why we didn't have as many fruit flies is, it seems like we don't have, since the vegetables are gone, we don't have as much stuff sitting around the house.
I don't have, I decided not to put things away, and don't leave my garden. And I still have one.
Have what?
Those little tiny.
We had a lot of ladybugs.
We didn't have too many of those. Oh, did you?
Last year, but not this year.
Ladybugs?
We're not that many this year.
I thought we had quite a
how about, Valley was saying those Chinese
That's
beetles?
it. That's
Same
what they
thing,
call them.
same thing.
Yeah.
These Asian,
Yeah, Asian beetles.
They look like ladybugs.
She said that they were
Yeah, well,
terrible.
Yellow jacket. Jesus.
And yellow jackets. Sandy had yellow
I had
jackets in
one
her house.
stuck me right there.
Yeah.
no, I didn't notice it so much on our windows.
Oh, we only had, we had two in the house, that's it. And we didn't have any in the windows or anything. Bill didn't have them out in the garage. Yeah, we're lucky that they were awful this year because of the hot weather that came. And
I know what I was going to ask you. Did you ever want to go outside the country? Did you ever want to go to Ireland or? No, never thought you'd like to go someplace. No, I mean that's.
isn't that weird?
No, it's not weird at all. I mean,
Some people like to travel.
some people like to travel and some people don't.
I'd rather go to Mexico.
You want to go?
I like
You've
to-
been to
I-
Mexico.
He
Yeah.
said he'd rather go. No,
Yeah.
we wouldn't go now. We
That's a
wouldn't
nice
go.
trip.
Did you like it?
Oh, it was
Why did you like like it?
Because Glenn Rink was there and he showed us all around, he told us how to get there, you know, when there's somebody there.
We took a
You didn't fly
train.
there, though. You drove there, didn't you?
Yeah, but he told us
We
how.
drove down to,
He told us where to stop and where
what
to.
was the name of that town?
But I never got to fly.
Guadalajara.
All this stuff.
Then we took a train from there to
Mexico
Mexico City.
But, you know,
But why did you like it? I mean, because it was different or?
oh, it is, have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, you love it. I don't know how it is now, but,
What do you remember?
oh, everything is so pretty.
Go to the goddamn market, it is something to see.
It is full of fruit and vegetables and,
Just rows and piles of it.
oh, isn't it nice?
I don't go anywhere when I really, anywhere I go, it's always different, there's
Yeah.
different things to learn.
But it is like another country over there. I mean, it's just like it's in the paper.
Mexico
Across
City,
the border,
we
it's
took the
like,
train,
you know,
and we got on the train
There's
at,
the cat
I don't know,
and
like
there's the
6
people
o'clock
riding the
evening,
donkeys and.
and it ain't very far. But the goddamn train is, goes over the mountains, we was right about the tail end, we had sleepers.
Yes.
You can look out, and there's the engine there over here.
Because you're doing a curve, huh?
What do you think,
And
man?
I bet we didn't go, as we went 30 miles an hour, it'd stop and pick up everybody along the road, goddamn road. We got over there and we have to get a taxi to take us around, you know. Glenn, he'd been there once before, so he done all the different. We was like 2 hours. And finally, of course, they're smart, you know, they can speak English, but they won't speak English until you,
They close the phone to Bill.
yeah. Well, I don't know how many we talked to before we got this one guy. And when we got all done, it was something like $40 for all day. Was it? Anyway, then when we took him out for lunch, and when we got done, we tipped him, I think, $40. He was a real nice. He had one time been a taxi driver in Detroit.
Oh.
He talked real good English there.
This is in Guadalajara. It's Guadalajara, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Guadalajara.
Or Mexico City.
I don't think you went to Mexico City, did you?
maybe it was Guadalajara. I don't remember now.
Oh, there's quite a ways difference.
Yeah. But quite a route from, I don't know how
You go
far.
to Mexico
Did
City.
you go to Mexico City?
Was what?
I got a whole bunch of pictures of it.
Was it Guadalajara?
That's the best place
Well,
to
that's
go.
where you started, and then you went to
We
Mexico
went to
City.
Guadalajara.
We went to Guadalajara, took the train to Mexico.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it takes you all day, all night to do it. You got on the
Yeah,
train
see?
at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
going into Guadalajara, Jesus Christ.
I loved it, because I can sleep on the
God
train.
damn.
But Steve, that's what I say when I say, wouldn't you like to travel? Because that's exactly what you're gonna do, is see different kinds
Yeah,
of.
but we were with somebody
Yeah.
who knew what they were doing.
So if you were with somebody who knew that you, so you could go to Ireland and. Yeah. But that's what I was saying.
I held the goddamn
You
thing up and I couldn't
necessarily
understand it.
don't like to travel, but it's just that you don't like to
And,
travel not knowing. But if you had somebody that just handled the whole thing and you were along for the ride, wouldn't you love it? I think so.
That was the first lesson and the only lesson I got. But you know, there's more people buried on the goddamn road down there than there is in the cemetery. When they die, they dig a hole and put a stake up. I wouldn't mind going down there again. I kind of liked it. Different. Entirely different.
That's what I was saying though, as long as you had somebody that you were with and that knew the,
Well, that
to
makes
get
it
your,
more comfortable.
oh, yeah. And
You
so,
always, you know,
Language is a
in
barrier.
Guadalajara, that's a big town. And of course they got the rich and the poor. And it's just like going from daylight to dark. You go big, beautiful home, big up there. Then go into the just hut.
just clapboards.
But fence.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a fence over here, I mean, just perfectly white. And the floors and the street around them some of these is just as smooth as
It had to be in my purse,
dirt,
but it
just
was,
wet.
yeah, you're right, it was sealed in there, so maybe it was my summer purse.
Yep.
And I can't remember, I gave it to you.
They don't have much, but what they have, they're proud of, and they take care of it, you know.
But go to the market. God, that's a huge place. There'd be big semis in there,
No, well, you remember, you were doing it, bro.
loaded with vegetables. Some of them they unload. Then they got trucks in there that they sell right off the truck.
Yeah. What I did was,
And they got all kinds of
yeah.
shops, little stalls, little Mexican girls in them. They come out and get your end of the hand and once you come in and buy.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had thieves market. It's just like a
flea market kind of thing, right?
everything.
Yeah.
But they call it the thieves. They steal like hell, you know, and just rolls on the streets in that rough part of town. It'd be everything. Everything imaginable. And how much of the stove.
Would this, yeah, I think of it. Would this be every day that they would have this market?
No, yeah,
Only on,
Thursday.
seems like
I think it was on Friday.
Yeah, I was in Mexico probably 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And I know at that time they warned us about going into Mexico City and getting any cabs because there were a lot of kidnappings and stuff, and it was pretty dangerous. And any cabs to go from the airport into Mexico City. In fact, they told us, only take this certain colored cab or this certain company. Because there were so many Americans going down there and then being kidnapped. So you really
You wouldn't think there'd be that much difference between that country and the rest of the United States.
New York call.
Yeah.
Yes, is this Canada? It says on my ID, it says New York call. Well, that in freezing. Well, Angela just called, and your mother's here. Yep, isn't that something? Yeah. Oh, it was great. Did you turn it off?
New York City's on the line.
Over.
Who?
New York City.
City?